Hey, what's up soldiers? My name is GregFPS, the Zombies Extraordinaire, and welcome back to another video here today on the channel. Today what I have for you guys is the evolution of the Pack-Punch camo in Call of Duty Zombies history. Now, ever since August 6, 2009, when Map Pack 3 came out for World at War, we've had the Pack-a-Punch machine, and every time you upgrade a weapon, it has a really dope camo on it, and it looks really cool. And I remember like in Black Ops 3, I would use a wall power in the starting room, literally at the start of every game, just to see what the Pack-a-Punch camo was. It was something that I really enjoyed when I was playing a new map for the first time, and I always wanted to see how cool the camo was. And over time, some of them have been absolutely bangers and like really good, and then other ones are just a huge letdown, and it's like literally not even worth it to Pack-Punch. You could just use like a Mastercraft or something instead, and that happened a lot in Black Ops 4, but we'll get to that. Anyways guys, overall this video is just going to be treyarch. We're not going to be including IW in World War II, because if I included IW, then I would have to include World War II, and I do not want to play World War II zombies like ever again, kind of like Vanguard. So just keep that in mind throughout the video. We're going to go through every single map, all the camos and things like that, and talk about them. So hope you guys enjoy the video. Let's get right into it. Alright guys, so on World at War Derice, you got an etching camo that had like a black undertone to it, which I think is a pretty cool camo in general. Now, World at War was just a lot more clunky than other games, so it looked cool, but it still didn't really change too much until Black Ops 1 Derice, where they made it a lot more brighter and more vibrant, which I think looked a lot better. Then when you get into Black Ops 1 and the main maps, you have the circuit camo, possibly the worst camo in Call of Duty Zombies history, besides a few that we'll get to later on. This camo is just plain boring, and the fact that you can barely see the circuitry like on the weapons just doesn't even make sense. It only kind of shows up on Call of the Dead and Shangri-La, honestly, and I just think it's a really bad camo in general. It feels like it has no personality, and it's kind of boring overall. So I definitely did not like this camo at all. I would definitely say it's the worst, and they even brought it back in Zombies Chronicles, and it still looks pretty bad in Zombies Chronicles as well, unless you're like right in the sun, and that really only happens on a couple of the Chronicles maps. So I would say the circuit camo is probably the worst ever. Alright guys, so then we hop into Black Ops 2, and you get the oil slick camo on the Victus maps and also Nuketown. Now this camo, as well as the circuit camo, it didn't move, so it was really stagnant and really boring. And unfortunately, a problem with a lot of the Black Ops 2 maps is they're pretty dark, so any version of the oil slick camo just didn't look good, and that carried on into Die Rise as well, being a Victus map. Die Rise is so bright and vibrant, and you can kind of see a little bit more of the camo, but still it doesn't have like an insane cool looking effect on it. And then we got one of the best maps in Zombies history, Mob of the Dead, which had the magma camo. Now this camo is by far one of the best. You can literally see in the gun itself the moving parts, it's flashing the lava, there's really cool like rituals, symbols all over the gun as well, which added a lot to it, and they ended up bringing it back in Black Ops 3 in a different way. But overall, I think that this camo is probably one of the best. And then we got Buried, where they brought back the oil slick camo when they had a great opportunity to build upon what they had on Mob of the Dead, but they didn't do it, and it's just the boring oil slick camo again. Very bad. And then we got Origins, one of the best maps ever in Zombies history, and we got a very cool blue fluorescent ice camo that is definitely one of the best ever in Call of Duty Zombies. It looks even better in the Chronicles version, but I enjoy playing the originals. But overall, like, the Boom Hilda is an amazing weapon, and it just looks so good in contrast to all of the mud and just dark and gloomy atmosphere that Origins has. Having a bright blue gun just added a lot to the map overall, and I think that this camo fit the map perfectly. It just looks cool, and of course when you have the awesome looking like bullet tracers as well, it just adds a lot to the map, and that's what made Origins awesome. Alright guys, so now we have what I would like to say as the golden age of camos when you pack a punch in Black Ops 3. In the Giant, the remake of the race, you had an etching camo that this time was gold, and I still would say that the World at War and Black Ops 1 versions are a lot better, just because this one doesn't really shine bright at all, and that kind of takes away from it as well. Then when you get to Shadows of Evil, you have the ritual camo. This time it's a lot more red, and you can see the lava like flowing through it very, very easily. So it kind of improved the Mob of the Dead version a little bit. There's more like ritual symbols all over the weapon, and it's a lot more red, which fits the aesthetic of the map so well. So I think that the ritual camo is absolutely great. And then you get to Durazendrak, and you basically have the dark matter camo, but in different colors. The dark matter was purple in multiplayer, and then in Durazendrak you had different colors like green as shown in the gameplay, there's yellow, things like that, and all the camos move, and it just looks really great no matter where you are on the map because it actually shines bright. That's one of the best things about some of these pack punch camos, when they glow, and it just adds a ton to the pack camo overall. Then when you get to ZNS, you have the vine camo. There's a lot of greenery in there, and you can also see like water running through it. And I totally understand what they're going for with ZNS being in a swamp, but overall this camo just was not it, dude. And I mean, it wasn't that great either. And then you get to Gorod Krovi, and you have the magma like charred camo, which looks absolutely amazing. This was probably my favorite from Black Ops 3 besides Rev, and all the different colors looked great. I personally love the green version, but it was basically dark matter with like burn marks on it. And then when you get to Revelations, you get the void camo, the best camo in Black Ops 3, 100%. This one just looks absolutely amazing, especially when you upgrade the Apothecary Servant. This thing looks insane. And even here on the MR6, like the purple and blue glowing, it just looks so good. No matter where you are on the map, it's gonna glow up, and that is what just makes it so good. Alright guys, so then on Black Ops 4 on Voyage of Despair, you got a pretty basic camo. It kind of looked like rain like running down the gun, which is pretty cool, but the colors were pretty lackluster. Then on 9, you got its own camo that was really cool. Had like a sun on it that was gold and had different colors running through it. I think this is one of the better ones. And then on Blood of the Dead, you got a trash camo. This was the worst in the entire game. I don't even know what they were going for here. It was just bad. And then on Classified, it was a pretty mediocre blueprint camo, but it still was pretty cool because it moved and it had like blueprints of the monkey bomb and also the ray gun and things like that. So this was a pretty cool camo overall. And then you get into the next map, which is Dead of the Night, and this had kind of like a floral-esque camo on it, but overall this one just didn't really do that much for me. I'm gonna be honest, it was pretty boring overall. And then when you get to Ancient Evil, you had like a matte black version that had like engravings on it, kind of like Shadows and Mob, and it had different colors like running through it. I thought this one was decent. It wasn't insane or anything, but it was still pretty all right. And then you get to Alpha Omega, and you had a Nova Gas camo from all the gas that you have to clear from the 4 different areas on the map. So this one definitely made sense. I wouldn't say that this one looks great though. It was pretty boring. It was just like green gas flowing through it, which I guess was all right. And then last but not least, on Tagged or Tone, you got the Ice camo. This one is kind of like a newer version of the Origins one overall. It didn't look too bad, but I thought it was all right. So I kind of like this one. I think the colors look great. And then it is time for Cold War. Alright guys, so on Cold War they introduced 3 different pack-a-punches, so each one had a different camo on it, and the ones for Die Machine as well as Firebase Z, yellow first, and then it was green when you double pack-a-punch, and it had like hexagons on it and some black spots. I thought the green one looked the best overall. This one definitely looked really cool. And then when you triple pack-a-punch, there's pink and purple. This one also looked pretty good as well. I would say that this is like one of the like probably top 5 Call of Duty Zombies pack-a-punch camos overall. Definitely a very cool one and vibrant. Then when you get to Marauder Toen, you have more of a glossy camo that had like different colors colliding together. So the first one is green with a little bit of blue, more so like darker green. And then when you double pack-a-punch it, you get more of that blue color and a little bit of green. So this one definitely looked pretty cool as well. I remember these camos looked so good on the Cerberus, and it was basically just a bunch of different colors colliding together and going over each other, which I thought was cool. Then when you triple pack-a-punch, you have a collage of different colors. You have blue, you have yellow, you have purple, you have pink, and this one just looked really cool because it was always changing colors constantly. So it made like the Cerberus, like I said, look really, really cool. And then when you get to the last and final map, Forsaken, you basically have the exact same thing with more colors colliding. So the first one is blue with yellow, and all of these camos on Forsaken looked pretty good as well. They kind of like twitched in and out a little bit as well, which I thought was kind of cool. And then when you double pack-a-punch it, you get that like pink and blue as well, which also looked really cool. It seemed more of like a classic old one, but the colors were just so vibrant and moving so quickly that it made it look really, really cool. And then of course, when you triple pack-a-punch it here on Forsaken, you get another camo that is kind of the same, but it seems like it flickers a lot more than the second version of it. So overall, I thought that the camos in Cold War are actually pretty good. And now it is time for Call of Duty Vanguard, where they introduced one of the craziest pack-a-punch camos. It's called the invisible camo because you literally can't even see the camo on it because it's so invisible, which I thought was a great breakthrough when it comes to pack-a-punch camos and the evolution overall. So let me know your favorite pack-a-punch camo down below in the comment section, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.